Hello and welcome. I'm Valerica Harrison Dottin, and it is a tremendous honor and privilege to stand before you today. We're here to celebrate a journey, a 4-year adventure of faith, resilience, and transformation for the East Caribbean Conference. This isn't just a report, it's a testimony of what God has done through His people. This quadrennium, spanning 2021 to 2024, began at a time of global uncertainty and challenge. The world was gripped by the COVID-19 pandemic, but even in the midst of the storm, we embraced our theme, embracing transformation, growth, and partnership. We didn't just survive, we adapted, innovated, and thrived. The challenges of the pandemic taught us invaluable lessons. We learned that we can successfully implement programs without extensive travel. We discovered how to do more with less, stretching every resource for maximum impact. And most importantly, we learned the importance of innovation, adapting old, proven methods to new digital platforms to reach individuals we couldn't before. As it says in Christ's Object Lessons, as our will cooperates with the will of God, it becomes omnipotent. Whatever is to be done at His command may be accomplished in His strength. All His biddings are enablings. What a profound truth. This promise became our foundation, and our budgets were formulated and adopted with this unwavering faith. Then in 2022, a new chapter began with the theme, Church Project Reset. This wasn't just a catchy phrase, it was a rallying cry. Reset stands for renew, engage, support, empower, evangelize, and transform. This vision guided every financial decision, ensuring we aligned our resources with our core mission. I want to give special thanks to my predecessor, Mrs. Siljean Clark, for laying a strong foundation that allowed us to weather the storm, and to my administrative colleagues at the time, Pastor R. Danforth Francis and Dr. Colin Thorne. And of course, a huge thank you to my current partners in ministry, Pastor Anthony Hall and Dr. Terence Haynes. Our collective efforts, our synergy as the value-added team, have been a source of strength and inspiration. Thank you for your commitment and partnership as we continue to move forward in faith and purpose. This report provides an overview of the significant trends and analysis for the quadrennium. For further details, please refer to the audited financial statements that follow this report.
Tithe revenue 2021 to 2024. Now let's dive into the heartbeat of our conference's finance. Tithe revenue. This is where we see your faithfulness in action. As you can see in Table 1, Chart 1, our gross tithe revenue has shown remarkable growth over the quadrennium. In 2022, we saw a significant increase of 14.1%, followed by an even more impressive surge of 15.3% in 2023. These numbers are a direct reflection of your unwavering commitment and trust in God. Let's look closer. In 2023, our total gross tithe hit a high of over $15 million. This was a testament to the dedication of our members, with the vast majority coming from Barbados and a strong contribution from Dominica. While we experienced a notable 12% decline in 2024, this was a strategic and temporary shift. We purposefully invested heavily in our year of evangelism, which prioritized soul winning over pure financial accumulation. As a church family, we understood that our true wealth lies in souls saved for the kingdom. But what does this mean in the grand scheme of things? A comparison between this quadrennium 2021 to 24 and the previous one 2017 to 2020 reveals a growth of 2,435,384. That's a solid 4.8% increase. Praise God for this realized growth. Distribution of the tithe dollar. After the tithe is distributed to our higher organizations, the Inter-American Division and the Caribbean Union Conference, we are left with approximately 73% of the net tithe to take care of our local operating expenses and appropriations to our schools. This shows you exactly how that tithe dollar is distributed, with the majority staying right here to build our local mission. Let's look at our overall financial performance. Table 6 and Chart 3 tells a compelling story of resilience. The year 2021, impacted heavily by the pandemic, saw us record a deficit of $749,426. But what an amazing turnaround. In 2022, we bounced back with a surplus of $193,514. And in 2023, we achieved an incredible surplus of over $1.17 million. While 2024 shows a slight deficit of $163,136, it's a deficit we are proud of. It was a direct result of our strategic investment in evangelism, purchasing new equipment, and supporting numerous campaigns. It wasn't a failure. It was a focused investment in our mission.
Expenses. Now, let's see where the money goes. Chart 4 shows the distribution of our operating expenses for the quadrennium. Our largest expense, at a significant 52%, is dedicated to employee-related expenses. This includes the salaries, benefits, and retirement contributions for our dedicated pastors, teachers, and staff who are on the front lines of ministry every day. Other significant expenditures include general expenses at 20% and program-specific expenses at 12%. This shows our commitment to people and to the programs that bring our mission to life. Mission offering. The mission offering is a vital part of fulfilling our mandate as set out in Matthew 28. It's how we fund our efforts to serve the communities and spread the gospel. This offering gives us a great way to compare our giving because it's a percentage of our overall combined budget. Let's see how our mission offering have trended over the past 4 years. In 2021, we collected $571,365. In 2022, that number grew to $698,710. By 2023, we saw a big jump to $923,576. And in 2024, our offering was $760,502. The mission offering should make up 20% of our combined budget. Using this, we can estimate our total combined budget for each year. In 2021, our estimated combined budget was $2,856,825. In 2022, it grew to $3,493,550. In 2023, it was estimated at $4,617,880. And in 2024, it was estimated at $3,802,510. Now let's look at a critical ratio, gross tithe to our combined budget. This helps us understand the relationship between these two forms of giving. In 2024, this ratio was 26.62%. In 2023, it was 30.69%. In 2022, it was 26.77%. And in 2021, the ratio was exactly 25%. On average, this means that for every dollar you generously give as tithe, about 27 cents is given to the combined budget. The previous 4-year average was 28.22%, so that this is a slight decrease of less than 1%. We want to encourage all our members to help increase this percentage so we can better fund the church's programs and ministries. It's important to note that all the money received through mission offerings is sent directly to the Inter-America Division to support the work in the mission field. Your faithful giving allows us to fulfill our mission. Thank you for your continued support and generosity.
Island Development Council. Since tithe funds have specific limitations, the Island Development Council Fund, which consists of non-tithe funds, is crucial for the development of the conference. The conference relies on these funds for the development of our churches and schools. IDC income and expenses. Table 11 shows the IDC financial activity from 2021 to 2024. During this period, the total income for both Barbados and Dominica was $5,795,623, while expenses total $6,296,668. This resulted in a total balance of $8,247,817 by the end of 2024. Barbados. The island received $5,435,645 in income and incurred $6,009,686 in expenses, leaving a balance of $307,165. Dominica. Dominica received $359,978 in income and had expenses of $286,982, ending with a healthy balance of $518,628. Table 12 and 13 details how IDC funds was dispersed across the quadrennium for both Barbados and Dominica. The funds in Barbados were used to support various projects. Primary schools, a total of $398,380 was dispersed to primary schools over the 4 years. Secondary schools, $581,491 was allocated to the secondary schools. Churches received $1,340,066 in support. Farm project, a total of $914,082 was dispersed for the farm project. The funds in Dominica were focused on 2 areas. Churches, a total of $388,600 was dispersed to the churches in 2022 and 2023. Primary schools, $6,000 was allocated to primary schools in 2022. Evangelism. Evangelism is the very lifeblood of our church. While every department and every pastor plays a vital role in spreading the gospel, let's take a closer look at the specific funds spent directly on evangelism over the last 4 years. In Barbados, our commitment to evangelism has been strong and consistent. We budgeted a total of $954,000 for the quadrennium, which was carefully allocated to make the greatest impact. Our total direct spending in this area was $509,172. Here's how these funds were used. Over $291,000 was invested directly into evangelistic campaigns, bringing the message of hope directly into our communities. We spent more than $218,000 on radio and television, ensuring our message could reach a wider audience across the island. Our work in Dominica is just as vital. In EC dollars, we budgeted a total of $315,000 and spent a total of $122,947 directly on our evangelistic efforts. This allowed us to fund over 103,000 EC dollars for life-changing campaigns and more than 19,000 EC dollars to keep our message on radio and TV reaching homes and hearts throughout the country.
Our In-Gathering program is another powerful tool for ministry. Table 15 shows your incredible generosity in action. In 2024, our collection peaked at over $250,000. Transparency is key, and we want you to know exactly how your contributions make a difference. The funds we collect are carefully distributed according to our established policy. 10% of all funds are sent to the Inter-American Division to support their disaster relief fund. The Caribbean Union receives 1/3 of the basic goal. The remaining 2/3 of the funds stay right here in the local field. And a fantastic 90% of the amount raised over each church's basic goal is given back to that church to support its specific education, welfare, and disaster needs. The portion of funds that remain in the conference is then strategically allocated to serve our community. 40% is dedicated to education, helping to support our schools and educational programs. 35% goes to welfare, providing essential assistance to those in need. 15% is allocated for disaster relief, ensuring we are ready to respond when emergencies strike. The final 10% is used for in-gathering materials to support future campaigns. It should be noted that a significant portion of the expenses for in-gathering material is funded from our regular operating expense. Your generosity through in-gathering is a testament to our commitment to making a tangible difference in the lives of others. Thank you for your continued faithfulness and for your helping us spread compassion and hope.
Education. Our children are the future of the church, and Christian education is non-negotiable. As shown in Table 18, we have an unwavering commitment to our 6 educational institutions. The policy requires us to allocate at least 10% of the gross tithe to our schools. Over the quadrennium, we consistently exceeded this, with our total funding for education averaging 90% of the gross tithe. In total, we provided over $7.1 million in subsidies to our schools in Barbados and Dominica. This investment, which also includes retirement contributions, medical refunds, and property insurance, is a tangible demonstration of our belief in the power of Adventist education. Working capital and liquidity. Let's talk about the health of our organization. As shown in Table 20, and Chart 7, we have consistently exceeded the required 6-month policy for our working capital. This is a testament to our sound financial management. Our available working capital for this quadrennium consistently range from a healthy 9.6 to 10.1 months, ensuring we are more than prepared for any unforeseen challenges. Our liquidity is also a point of strength. Based on Table 19 and Chart 8, the organization successfully met its 3 months liquid asset policy for all 4 years of the quadrennium. The data shows a consistent surplus of liquid assets over the required amount, confirming the organization's ability to meet its immediate financial obligations.
It has been a privilege to serve as treasurer. This experience has been transformative, and as we look back on the past 4 years, it's clear that God has guided us through every challenge. Even with the quadrennium's final year showing lower income, our commitment to careful financial management and reducing expenses allowed us to achieve a surplus in 2 of those years. We successfully maintained the required working capital and liquidity, ensuring our financial stability. Despite global market challenges, we are making steady progress in our mission to spread the gospel in the East Caribbean Conference. We are truly thankful for God's blessings. To the higher organizations, thank you for your invaluable support, wise counsel, training, and financial resources that have advanced the work of the East Caribbean Conference. Your partnership has been a cornerstone of our success. To my colleagues, Pastor Anthony Hall and Dr. Terence Haynes, I want to express my deepest gratitude. Your encouragement, camaraderie, and synergy have been incredibly meaningful and have helped shape me into a better person. The moments we've shared, the laughter, the tears, and the prayers, are experiences I will forever cherish. I also want to thank the directors and auditor for your understanding and collaboration, especially as we navigated budgetary constraints. It has been a pleasure working alongside you. The Treasury staff is a dynamic and committed group, and I want to express my sincere appreciation for your valuable contributions. Thank you for your hard work, for going above and beyond to ensure the department's effectiveness, and for your teamwork in preparing for committee meetings, annual budgets, and audits. A special thank you to Mr. Beresford Hunt, who served with us for part of the quadrennium. To my administrative assistant, Mrs. Cheryl Steele, you are a true gem, whether working from home or in the office. And to our IT technician, Mr. Clifford Trotman, thank you for your constant assistance to the Treasury Department. My heartfelt thanks go to Mr. Alvin Headley, Mr. Mark Bolo, and the rest of the dedicated team for your commitment to maintaining the East Caribbean Conference properties, including our beautiful Oldbury edifice. Only heaven can truly capture our gratitude. To our customs clerk, Mr. Ainsley Gill, thank you for your work. God sees and will reward you your efforts. I'd also like to thank Mr. Lindsay Bowen and Mrs. Von Dean Hunt, our ancillary staff, for keeping our office and grounds in an amiable and conducive state for work. I'm grateful to the executive committee members for always holding me accountable and ensuring transparency in the financial affairs of the conference. Thank you for keeping me on my toes. To the church treasurers and their assistants, thank you for your dedication and faithfulness. And to the pastors, thank you for providing the support they needed to get the work done. To the constituency, thank you for your continued support of our programs, for your faithfulness in returning tithes and offerings, and for your prayers. To all who continue to pray for the leadership of God's church, your reward is sure. Please continue this vital work as prayers are needed now more than ever. Finally, to my faithful husband, Alair, and my daughter, Alyssa, thank you for your patience and understanding. Balancing work and family is a challenge, and I appreciate your love, support, and constant reminder that only my best is good enough. I love and appreciate you both dearly. This report isn't about numbers. It's about people, faith, and mission. It's a story of a church family that even in the most challenging times, choose to trust and move forward with courage. As we look to the future, I urge you all to remember this powerful message from Joshua 1, verse 9. Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. God is with us, and together we will continue to do his work. Maranatha.